The following podcast comes to you through podbean.com. In the Artist Realm with Sylvia Stein. Here we go. Happy Tuesday. Good afternoon and welcome to In the Artist Realm with Sylvia Stein. I am Sylvia Stein. I'm so happy to be back. Happy Tuesday. The music that you heard is through GarageBand. I'm using my husband's iPad, and I played the cinematic chords, classical chords like the basses, the cellos, the violas, the second violins, and first violins. So that's the music you heard. It's through GarageBand, and I'll play another snippet of it. So that's my own concoction of a song. But anyway, I want to say happy Tuesday. Welcome to In the Artist Realm. I'm so happy that you all could. I hope that you're tuning into the podcast. This is a recorded audio that I'm doing. I'm not doing a live stream right now. I'm hoping to do that later in the week. But I wanted to just share a few messages. First and foremost, my apologies for not doing a show. I think April 18 was my last show that I did. I want to keep it consistent, so I wanted to do a show today, try to do a few more this week, or maybe another one, and maybe one at the end of the month, because we're already in the last week of May, and then do more in June and part of July, later in July and August, and so forth. But I wanted to say I appreciate all the support for my podcast. I do appreciate the downloads. And I hope that you all will continue to support the podcast. I appreciate all the sponsors that I do have. I do, through Dynamo ads, I've been having some great ads come up when I shared through Apple Podcasts. So, but the only thing I don't have is reviews. So if you are listening to my podcast for In the Artist Realm through podbean.com with Sylvia Stein, please go ahead and add some reviews to the podcast, because this is a podcast that I started. It's 4.5 years old. I started it in 2016. It's January of 2016. And it's actually going on 5 years now. So 5 years, 5 years that I've started this podcast. So I'm really grateful. And I started it, I had different names for it. The Syl Stein channel, the Syl Stein Power Hour. Somebody else recommended that. But it sounded too much. Not that I have anything against faith, because I am very faithful. I have, my religion is everything to me. But as far as my podcast, that is for more of for artists and people that want to come to the show. So I thought of the name and I came up with In the Artist Realm, and with Sylvia Stein. And I wanted to do it that way so other artists could come and share about their works or the different things they do. So if you're an artist, you're a musician and a person that does art, sketch, or any type of form of art that you have, that you feel you want to come and talk to us on the podcast, please feel free to contact me through Sylwriter, SYLWRITER, Sylwriter07@gmail.com. You could also contact me on author Sylvia Stein on Instagram to stein.sylvia, DM me. And if you have a chance to record a message, I don't know if it allows you on here, go ahead and send me a message through my In the Artist Realm page. You can message me on Facebook, because I do have an In the Artist Realm page there. I am working on different logos for In the Artist Realm. That's why I wanted to come on to kind of give you an update and news about my book and all that's going on. So last time I tried, and happy Tuesday. Thank you so much. I wanted to say, last time I was sharing parts of how my book was coming along, and I tried to do a podcast, but then I was kind of talking about the kind of pieces that I use for my playlist for my book. And then that live stream never went through. I don't know if there was an audio trouble or they couldn't release it because I shared too much of the music. I'm not really sure, but I said the music does not belong to me on the podcast, but that live stream never went through. So, and then I have to convert my MP3 because apparently these are not MP3 recordings. So I have to go into that so that way they can also be on Spotify, because apparently Spotify, excuse me, my apologies. I was drinking water and it went, and I do apologize. Excuse me for that. I drank too much water at one time, so my apologies. Like I said, apparently Spotify does not share it unless it's an MP3 file. So the last podcast is on the one I did on April 18th. That was the last one. It is available through podbean.com. And I think it's also through Apple Podcasts, but it didn't share it to Spotify. So, and I think Google Play also has it. So if you want to hear the last podcast that I had prior to this one, check out all the podcasts in the Artist Realm with Sylvia Stein through podbean.com, through Apple Podcasts, through Spotify, through Google Play, and I think there's other platforms. I think YouTube also, but I'm not really sure. But anyway, in any case, the music that you heard right now is through GarageBand. That was music that I used from my husband's iPad. That's GarageBand. I do not own the music to that either, but I just wanted to share that. And I wanted to now go into my author news. I just want to say I've been working on my book, Battered Mind, which is my fourth solo book, will be. First, I had Closure. That was my first book, published in, this was published back in 2014. And then there was Chasing Clarity. And I think July of 2014 was Closure. Chasing Clarity was October of 2015. And my last one was The Diary of a Broken Father. That was done, released in February, or published in February of 2017. Now, I am working on Battered Mind. I've been working on it for a while. I am going to be sending it to my editor this week, and that's taken me on a long road. So I'm not sure if the book will be one book or in different parts or divided into a series. I will let you know. I don't know if it'll be published this year. I had said coming to you this year, but it might be more like next year. Well, but I'll keep you all posted. But I am working on it, and I'm excited about it. But with all the stuff that happened this year, I hope you're, first and foremost, I forgot to say, if you're listening, I hope you're staying safe. I know we've been dealing with this COVID-19 pandemic. Please stay safe out there. I know that some places are beginning to reopen, but still be careful. I know there's a lot of essential workers. Everyone's essential, but people that are out there, risking, themselves and not purposely, but because they have to go out and work. I hope you're staying protected. I hope everyone stays safe. And I know there's a lot going on with that. And without making it political, of course, I'm just gonna say I hope you stay safe, and I hope you're doing well during this crisis. Now, I had originally planned to finish my draft back in April, but unfortunately, this thing came, and sorry, give me a second there. I almost played more music there, and my laptop was open, so my apologies on that. I originally was going to finish the draft back in April, but my children have been here since March. We've had to, too many distractions, not that it's their fault. So I'm trying to finish it up this week. My editor has been wonderful, so shout out to her. I'm not going to mention her name. And once everything gets all sorted out, we'll go ahead and do that. But shout out to her. I appreciate her patience. And I just wanted to say that, I'm really, really happy to be working on my book, which has taken me in different directions. There's different parts. The story starts off one way. There's a twist to it. It is my first thriller. It's called Battered Mind. copyright owned by me, Sylvia Stein, and there's different scenes that I work on. And I work on my manuscript. I write them out on my composition books. I even use index cards to kind of set the outlines. And of course, then I have my legal pads that I use too to highlight character scenes. And then my biggest one is music. Music is a big part of my writing. If I don't have that music, the flow isn't the same. I think of it like a cinematic movie that you're watching, and then the scenes just come. Characters drive all my stories, and I hope that when you get to know more of my characters, you will see, that I took the time, especially to do the research, because there's some topics that I have to talk about. There's courtroom scenes, there's psychiatrists and different things that I had to research on the characters and the story. And it's a thriller, and you like I say, you start off thinking one way, then I don't know if you're gonna keep thinking that way, and then you have to solve or figure out what's going on. And it is something that has really pushed me in different directions, grow as a writer and an author. And I hope that once it comes out, you'll be happy with Battered Mind. But I wanted to come on to just share those news. I am doing a giveaway of books that I'm gonna do, and I will share more about the giveaway to give away to my fans, especially Kindle editions. I'm doing Kindle editions, and I hope that you stay tuned for that. But I really hope you'll support the podcast by going through podbean.com, sharing, downloading. You can support the podcast if you want to. I think you can support it for as low as 99 cents or $1 per month. Or you can do your own stuff, and I can give you a shout out, of course, on my show. If you would like to contact the show to be on a podcast, contact me through sylwriter07@gmail.com, author Sylvia Stein on Facebook, In the Artist Realm with Sylvia Stein through Facebook, Instagram, Stein, STEIN.Sylvia. You can send me a direct message, which is a DM. Or you could try to reach out to me through the podcast. But I wanted to say that I'm really grateful for all the support. I hope you will download the podcast today, and I will bring you more, hopefully, author and artist news. We're all artists, but in the artist realm, I hope to bring you local artists here in Fuquay, North Carolina, or for those that want to participate, whether you're, like I said, an artist, a person that does art, like musicians, singers, newly started songwriters, or just regular songwriters, of course, authors, editors, writers, all of that. But if you're an artist and you want to have participate on a podcast, please reach out to me through, like I said, sylwriter07@gmail.com, my author page, author Sylvia Stein. Also through In the Artist Realm with Sylvia Stein. It's on Facebook, Sylvia.Stein, through Instagram. And I hope you keep downloading the podcast. I wouldn't be here if it weren't for you guys. So thank you for tuning in. I will share more on my books. And stay tuned for another episode of In the Artist Realm with Sylvia Stein. Hopefully live stream. And hopefully I'll have people interacting. If they catch it live, try to, chime in and try to join the show. I hope you have a great one, and I will leave you again with the GarageBand song that I'm creating through GarageBand. I do not own the rights to the music. I am just that's the background music that I'm using. I hope that you all have a great one, and thank you for joining me here today on In the Artist Realm with Sylvia Stein. Hopefully I'll have more news for you soon. Thank you again. This was In the Artist Realm with Sylvia Stein, update news from author Sylvia Stein. Have a great day, everyone, and thank you. Happy Tuesday. Stay safe. The music was provided by GarageBand. Have a great one. This was In the Artist Realm with Sylvia Stein through podbean.com.